Hello everybody, it's VerticalSandwich. Welcome back to Destroy All Humans. We're destroying all humans. Well, we're collecting alien probes right now. Killing farmers though. But only because they'll shoot us if we don't. They have a Preternatural ability to tell where we are and shoot us. I don't really know what Preternatural means. I know it's large. It's somewhat appropriate. So there's a probe. See, we're doing great. 6 left. Which ties us with where we were for Rockwell when we went back there. So if we find 3 more here, we'll be tied with Rockwell completely. Oh, here's the road. Okay. Crypto, you don't have permission to leave. Really? Oh, I was gonna say, am I running across the entire... Because that's not the direction I wanted to go. But it's easy to get disoriented.
It came from outer space. Bring it on, Baldy. Hey there, critter. Not so close.
Okay. So this little farm's kind of at the edge. I don't know if this is the farm I was at before. Could be. But we don't have permission to leave, so... What we need is to get permission to leave, and then everything would be fine. Then Orthopox would just be like, you have permission to leave the invasion site. Have fun. Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
Crypto, you don't have authorization to leave.
Oh, it's authorization.
You have returned to the invasion site. Crypto, you don't have authorization. You have returned to the invasion site.
Okay, how far past this house?
Crypto, you don't have authorization to leave.
Yeah, there's another
Return
house on
to
the hill
mission
here.
You have returned to the invasion site.
Oh, neat.
Crypto, you don't have authorization to leave. Return to... You have returned to the invasion site.
Okay, 20 of 25.
Crypto.
Okay.
You don't
Just
have
past this
authorization
yard.
to leave. Return. You have returned to the invasion site. Crypto, you don't have authorization to leave. You have returned to the invasion site.
She doesn't have authorization to leave either, does she? Yeah, how come she can go places I can't? Okay, let's check over... Ah, there's one right in the middle of the field. How crazy would it be if we got them all? I mean, I don't think that that's gonna happen, but it could. I mean, 25 or 4 more hidden around the perimeter of the level is a lot to ask for. Oh, okay. So that leaves 3. We're getting there. We're actually getting there. But now we have this lake. There's a problem.
Crypto,
Okay.
you have returned to the invasion site.
Blue Moon Drive-In Cinema. Now playing Plan 9 from Outer Space. Okay, yeah. There is a drive-in cinema. Whoa. There's a drive-in cinema in the town down the road from here.
Crypto,
Okay.
you don't have authorization to leave. Return. You have returned to the invasion site.
So we have to check this field, obviously.
Crypto, you don't have authorization to leave. Return to the mission. You have returned to the invasion.
2 left. Okay, whoops. Let's not get killed by that guy. Let's go kill him. Alright. We're gonna run the median of the road here, I think. I want to check these woods as well. So did I say last video that it's like 30 below Fahrenheit here, which is like 35 below Celsius. So in case you're in a country that does that, which is most of them. Oh, let's not trigger this guy. I left the stove on! With the new Vulcan 100, you never need to worry again! Well, that's good for her, but what am I gonna do? Okay, looks like we got nothing, because I think we picked up one in the median over here, didn't we? A long time ago?
Crypto.
Okay.
You don't have authorization to. You have returned to the invasion.
Need some relief? Bran biscuits, they'll keep you regular. Each bite has the power of bread and the great taste of honey. That actually just looks like a regular ad. Anybody ever check out those like famously sexist vintage ads for like shoe polish? With like the scantily clad women, they're just ridiculous. Like super sexual. Like they're like these hypersexual vintage ads. They're like internet famous. And I can't remember what they're for, like. But they just imply that if your shoes are polished with this shoe polish, that you will have tons of sex with supermodels. It's crazy. But they're like they're clearly these advertisements for like the 50s. Something Sheen, I don't remember. Worth checking out if you want to scrape your own jaw off the floor. They're seriously ridiculous. They're so ridiculous. They're so horribly ridiculous. Did you just go like, this can't be real? Like, people can't have advertised things this way. But they did. You know, because women aren't people, apparently. So one of the things I've actually been talking to a friend of mine about a lot is we've been talking about
Crypto, you don't have authorization to leave. You have returned
I don't know
to
how
the
to say
invasion
this
site.
exactly. I mean, I know how to say it, kind of. But what we've been talking about is the kind of, I don't know, it made some headlines with Deadpool 2, right? The idea of fridging the girlfriend. like killing or abusing a female character to develop, to do character development with a male character. And the reason we were talking about it is because a lot of the sci-fi I've been reading is kind of guilty of that. Right? That, like, where you just, it'll develop these very cardboard cutout female characters, so it can do things like murder them or, you know, inflict sexual violence upon them, so that you know that the bad guy's bad, or it lets the good guy be, you know, righteously kind of cruel. And it's bothering me. It's starting to really bother me, and because we were talking about, you know, some stuff that is surprisingly that way, and then some stuff that is surprisingly not that way. And my friend was making fun of me because I really love the movie Soylent Green, and one of the things about Soylent Green is that beautiful women come with apartments and are referred to as furniture in that movie. And she's like, what about that? And I'm like, yeah, but that's just a joke. It's like a one-off joke. Like, it seriously is not, like, it's just to show you what the future's like, and it's like never mentioned again. Because some of the stuff I've been hitting in things like, Fire Upon the Deep. And it's really bad. Like, horrendously bad. Where it's like somebody spent a lot of time thinking about what the worst thing they could do to, like, a person is. And then they're just doing it to this character. Like, just to show you that the bad guy's bad. And you're like, yeah, I know he's bad. I know he's bad. I already don't like him. Like, what's the point of having to think about this being done to somebody, you know? And I don't think bad things shouldn't happen to people. I think, like, you know, it seems when the bad thing is just like, I think the real issue is how heavy-handed and kind of awkward and horrible the bad thing is. Because, like, that comes across as just, like, unnecessary and ridiculous. And I'm not gonna tell you what it is. I'm not gonna film my video with what this thing that kind of horrified me was, because why would I do that to my video? But because you could actually make somebody care about a main character and develop somebody's, like, character and victimize them all in the same character. You can do that without, like, doing horrible things to them, like horrible physical, kind of heavy-handed. Like, I don't know how to make this guy a bad guy, let's make him do horrible stuff to women. Like, you don't have to do that, and if you ever doubt that, read 1984. Like, 1984 does a masterful job of hurting its characters in a way that makes you... It's devastating, but it's unique. But then one of the things I was talking about is, like, Isaac Asimov stuff, which is surprisingly, like, Asimov was pretty, like, he was by all accounts, like, a pretty good guy, you know, but, like, he had some very dated ideas about, like, women and men and stuff, and his stuff surprisingly not very kind of, you know, like, misogynistic or however you want to, or at least misogynistic seeming. Arthur C. Clarke does a really good job with that, too. Like, the Rama series has tons of opportunities to do that and doesn't. The Foundation series has some really good opportunities to do it and doesn't. Like, there's just something. That's the thing is like. But you see it all the time. Like Deadpool 2 did it, and it's just inherent in our culture that like you want to make a guy a hero, like put his girlfriend in jeopardy, or whatever. And this is the thing This is the thing that's been kind of, I guess, pseudo bothering me. I'm not gonna, this doesn't ruin my life or anything. For a long time, and to tell you like how long, when the movie The Crow came out, mid-90s or something, a friend of mine actually said to me, because the whole premise of The Crow is that these guys rape and kill this girl and kill her boyfriend, and her boyfriend comes back from the dead to get revenge. And a friend of mine was just like, why can't she come back from the dead to get revenge? Like, she got the worst end of the deal. If somebody's gonna come back from the dead to get revenge, why would it be the guy? He just got pushed out a window. She had to suffer for, you know, all this time. She's a far greater motive. Like, you know, if it's undead vengeance, why can't it be girl undead vengeance? And I was like, yeah, it's like, it's a good point. Like, I don't know. Is it more powerful that, like, his love fuels his vengeance than her self-respect does? Like, I don't know. It's just something that I've been thinking about. Like, it's a way I've been critiquing the things that I read more than anything. It's a thing I've become kind of hyper aware of with the things that I read. And the majority of classic sci-fi I'm reading doesn't do that.
You don't have authorization.
It really doesn't. It seems to treat its characters kind of not as throwaways. They're not creating these like cardboard cutout characters just to victimize them in ways to make you feel for other characters. Most of the classic sci-fi I'm reading does a really good job of investing a lot in any character it spends time on. And I think I think that takes a lot more work as a writer. I think it shows a lot more devotion to your craft and a lot more care. But, I mean, I think The Star's My Destination is a good example of just having, like, kind of random sexual violence in it. You're like, what's going on here? Why is this thing? And it's critically acclaimed. I think it might actually be a Hugo Award winner. But The Moon is a Harsh Mistress has, like, polygamy in it and doesn't do that. Alright, I think we're done here. This is the end of a video. So, when we come back, we're going back to Santa Modesta. Sunny Santa Modesta, apparently. Bye, everybody.